Evvoli, evolviti sempre.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Evvoli Kitchen. I'm Chef Victoria from Evvoli's team, and today we're going to be cooking together something just amazing, an Italian super popular dish, Ossobuco. And for that we're going to be using our pressure cooker from our Italian brand Evvoli 10-to-1. So let's get started. So we're going to start getting ready the meat. So for that we have high quality beef shank bone in. You can use veal or either beef as you prefer. So look at this one, looks just amazing, and it's very important that it has the bone in because that is the most delicious part of the dish. We are talking about the bone marrow, which is this center that is very juicy and grazy. Actually, ossobuco in Italian means bone marrow. So what are we going to do? We're going to get some butcher thread and we're going to tie this very strong so it doesn't lose that shapes one that we are cooking it, and we keep the bone in the center of the meat. So you want to tie it quite strong there. You can see. And you're going to have ready some all-purpose flour in a plate, and you can either season the flour with salt and pepper. I prefer to season directly my meat, so I know how much quantity of salt and pepper I am using in the meat. All right, and you can do this in both sides of your meat. All right, once that the meat is properly cooked, we're going to put some flour in both of the surface. So this is going to help us to actually have this nice caramelized meat all around, and it's going to help also to give some nice texture to the sauce. Okay, remove the excess of flour. You don't want to also to have too much flour, and now the meat is actually ready to start cooking. Now we're going to get ready with the rest of the ingredients. You will see the ingredients, they're very simple, you can find them everywhere. We're using carrots, celery stick, onion and garlic. So I'm going to peel the carrots and cut them in big cubes. As you can see, I didn't pay much more attention to the shapes, but we are looking for an even size so all the vegetables cook evenly at the same time. Now we're going to do the same with the celery stick. So my suggestion is don't cut the vegetables too small, as it's going to cook for a long time for a normal stove, not that long in a pressure cooker, but still we need to keep them in the full shape. So don't cut them too small, otherwise they will become like a puree and you will not even see the difference at the end of the dish. Okay, so now I plug in the Evvoli pressure cooker machine, and we're going to settle in the first option or function, which is saute or stir fry. The temperature and the timing is perfectly fine. So why are we going to use this? Because we are going to sear the meat both sides, which means to cook a little bit in oil till the meat gets this brown nice color. So I'm going to show you once the machine gets the temperature ready, we're going to put the meat in. So after you listen the 3 beep beep, it means that this is warm up and in the temperature that we needed for this. So now I'm going to add the olive oil. So we're going to use olive oil for this recipe. You can add a good quantity, and we're going to put the veal or beef shank in the machine. So very important, don't need to move or anything till at least 5 to 7 minutes. Why? Because we are looking for a color. I don't know if you can listen from there, the noise. This means that the meat is actually cooking already. Okay. Once we have pan fry 6 or 7 minutes each size, look at nice color that it has the meat. In the same pan, we are not going to wash it, nothing. We have here a lot of flavor going on. In the same pan, we can add a little bit extra of olive oil, and we're going to start adding now the vegetables. So you saw we settled in 30 minutes. We still have some time to saute or stir fry a little bit our vegetables. All right, so we start with the onions. We're going to add as well the garlic. You don't want your vegetables to have too much color. just to give them a little bit of color in oil. So onion and garlic, and we're gonna finish by adding the carrots and the celery. We're gonna cook that for around 3 to 4 minutes. They became a little bit softer, and then we're gonna add the rest of the ingredients. The vegetables now, they start looking a little bit soft. I don't want them, as I told you before, any color, so now I'm going just to turn off for now the machine, the pressure cooker, and I am going to add the tomato. Once you add the tomato, you can crush them a little bit with your spoon, but in any case, after the pressure will go inside, for sure these are going to look much more smaller, like pieces kind of tomato, right? So tomato is added already, and we're going to add now the herbs that I told you before. You don't really need to do much with that. Rosemary and bay leaf, 2 bay leaf, it's more than enough. We're gonna add oregano. You can put it fresh or dry. Today I'm using dry oregano. And to finish, I have beef stock in cube. I cut it even smaller to make it easier, and it will add a lot of flavor. If you have homemade, you can actually also add homemade beef stock. And now I'm going to add water. Don't add too much salt in this stage. We can do that after everything is properly cooked. I'm going to add some black pepper. And finally the meat. Once all your ingredients are in the pressure cooker machine, we're going to mix that well before we add the meat, and just pay attention that you have a maximum level, so you don't really want to go further from that. All the ingredients are in, and as you can see, most of the meat is covered by this kind of stock sauce. Anyhow, we're going to close it in pressure, so everything is going to cook together, and this is going to be the sauce that we're going to serve with the meat. So we're going to put the lid on, and this is my favorite part. You will see it's open, you want it closed, and the pressure inside the machine, which is going to help to cook it much more faster. You have an option for meat. It is the first one on your right. We're going to add 45 minutes in high pressure. And I would like to mention now that this dish, without our Evvoli pressure cooker, it will take between 2 to 3 hours, even 4 hours to make the meat very, very soft. And now, thanks to the Evvoli pressure cooker, we can do it in 45 minutes. So this is just amazing. Now this is warming up. 45 minutes, we wait for the 3 beep beep before we release all that steam on. So meanwhile our ossobuco is cooking, I'm going to start getting ready with the gremolata. So basically gremolata is a condiment that is typically served with ossobuco. It's very fresh, it's basically parsley and lemon zest, but it adds this special flavor to the dish. So for that, what do you need? You need parsley, fresh parsley, that you're going to wash and you're going to remove the leaves. For doing this, you could do it by hand, but I particularly like to use this Evvoli blender, which basically helped me to do the job much more easier. And I would like to have this special texture, not like chopped, but more like a sauce to put on the top of the ossobuco. So I'm going to put all the parsley inside, and I'll show you what to do next. Now all the parsley that I needed is in the blender. Now I'm going to add the lemon zest. So now all the lemon zest is there with the parsley. I'm going to add the olive oil. Not too much olive oil, around 3 tablespoons. And as you can see, the pressure cooker starts working and there is no noise at all, which means that meanwhile it's cooking, it's very silent. And this is actually such a positive thing, as it will take 45 minutes. You don't want to have a lot of noise at home. let's blend this. So 45 minutes has gone and I'm so excited to show you the result. So now before we open, we need to release all that pressure that is happening inside the pressure cooker. If we don't release, we cannot remove the lid, which actually make it super safe for you and for your family. Now that we're going to release the pressure, be careful, never put your hands on top. The steam here, of course, is very, very hot and you can burn yourself. So always hand on the side, we move, release the pressure. So you're gonna see in your screen it's mentioned OH. This means that whatever is inside is hot, so just be careful about it. And let's imagine the situation that your family is not ready for dinner, your friends didn't arrive to your house yet. You can keep this recipe warm inside for at least 1 hour. This is just amazing. It will stay warm and perfect, not dry at all. So that is actually amazing. Okay, so let's have a look now. Carefully open, keep your arm away from the steam. And look at that. It smells just amazing. So now we have 2 options to reduce the sauce. I am going to use my favorite option, that is just put on saute mode for 10 more minutes. But if you're in a hurry or in a rush, you could also just add a little bit of cornstarch and make your sauce a little bit thicker. Now to go to the saute option, we're going to press start stop for long. When you see these lines, means that you can choose again the option that you wish. So I told you I'm going to put saute for 10 minutes to reduce my sauce, have a nice texture, and then we are ready to go. Good. Right guys, so we are ready to serve. You can serve this dish with rice, polenta or risotto, and you can find some of those recipes down of this video, all of the links. I hope you guys enjoy and hope to see you soon for more recipes using our very nice 10-in-1 pressure cooker from Evvoli. I'll see you soon.